Alright, exciting stuff. Exciting. Hey everybody, Rebellion here, and welcome to the end of the year video that I guess I do now. All things I try to start consistently doing. This one's stuck. Guess a year between them really does help with the scheduling of things. Unlike the other videos, I'm actually taking the time to write a script for this whole thing and to try and keep the rambling down and keep me focused on my thoughts. Now to start off, I want to say thanks. Before I even get to any number of the videos I made, the time spent, all that stuff going on in the year for my life, just want to say thanks. Early enough, if anyone did click the video just to hear the first bit or end bit, it can be heard too, so yeah. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that was here for the year. From beginning to end or just a day, thank you. This year has been one of the worst of my life by far, but also just thank to all of you that it's been one of the best because of the level of support and assistance to help me bounce back from it all. I'll go into specifics as they come up for each month, but seriously, thank you everyone for watching, be it live or on YouTube. Thanks for the kind words, thanks for commenting with questions, comments, even asking for more videos, as it just reminds me that people do watch and I'm still doing this not just for myself anymore. Alright, with that out of the way, let's start with January. The beginning of the year and also the start of this giant depression that I started developing. The first video I released was actually Odin Sphere Leafless Year 13, Forest of the Fairies. Keep in mind that when I say released, I actually mean uploaded to YouTube, since it doesn't tell me when they were actually released to the public. I can't see when it was scheduled. The month started out alright as I kept up with Odin Sphere, streaming Persona 4 Golden until the 16th, I think. Then we got some good stuff with the Sky 2 PC being uploaded. That was fun. It was just a demo for now, but it was nice to see more Sky games make their way to PC, and allowing me to have a reason to play them again and get more character requests in. Kept this up for a good while, and looking back, I think I did a good enough job of keeping my personal life in check while streaming and doing YouTube. In the background though, it all wasn't good. My roommate lost his job this time, and with that, the stable source of income that came with it as well was kind of just gone. It wasn't without stress, but it was what let us keep going or living. Wow, I can't say that. It wasn't without stress, but it was what let us keep living where we were somewhat comfortably, and the pay was good. If losing that job wasn't enough, I was still dealing with the fact that my aunt in El Salvador that helped me raise me when I was little died of cancer. 3 months, just like that. I couldn't even visit one last time to say goodbye. Then to top it off as well, within 2 weeks of the funeral, which I couldn't attend due to lack of funds, I learned that my step-uncle? Really, he was a great person, and while I only knew him for a little while, he left his mark. Also died of cancer. Piled this on with losing a job, things breaking, so we had to pay to fix them. I was just crushed. To make matters worse, toward the end of the month, we knew we wouldn't live here anymore. We couldn't. I was out of money and honestly looking at becoming homeless if we couldn't pay rent. It's what I thought would... In what I thought would be my final act, I wanted to finish a game I promised I would play and I was enjoying so much. I wanted to leave something done that was completed by finishing Persona 4 Golden. I streamed for 30 hours over 1 weekend, and funny enough, at a moment near the end, I nearly broke down. I only just let out a bit of my situation to the chat that was there, including a friend that I only knew at the time as CLZ, Care Level 0. If you saw my previous videos, you know this already, but he heard what was going on, offered to help by donating to me all the money he could raise in a week of just streaming. And on the first day of the streaming week, a miracle happened. Tuesday, but... A person I honestly had not known before in the stream just up and donated $1,000 to CLZ for me to use to dig myself out of the hole I was in. I remember watching the stream and seeing the notification pop up. CLZ freak out like he did, and I went to everyone's room to let them know what happened, since not everyone was watching. They all got in saying thanks, and I went back to my room. I got into my bed at the corner of the room and just started crying. No one ever been that giving to me in my life before. Never mind the monetary aspect of it, just no one had ever extended a hand like that to me in any time of need I ever had in my life. Probably because I was careful to limit them, but also because I never had friends that could do much but offer advice and a shoulder to cry on when things just got rough. And yeah, I'm a guy, I cried several times in my life because when shit gets rough, just letting it out sometimes is all I can do and to deal with it. without affecting others at work or my social circle. Still, with that said and done, the month looked to be getting better, and the year outlook was starting to look good. Oh man, that was a thought. I'll get to how many videos we uploaded each month toward the end, with all the numbers and stuff. Right now I'm just going to type or list, read out all the things during every month that I remember them. The first video of February was the release of Disgaea 2 PC Episode 5, the second wave. Man, I love Disgaea 2. I quickly uploaded a video with what happened summarizing the last month, and also started a new game since P4G was done, but just not uploaded yet. I wanted to try out a series I had been told several times was great, so I played my first Legend of Zelda game by polling my Discord server and chat in general. I started with Twilight Princess. Actually, a little thing, Nintendo claimed the whole thing from the channel, so I'm hesitant to put any clips on the video because I know if I do, ads will appear when I want these yearly updates to be ad-free if I can help it. Still streaming that, Let's Playing Odin Sphere and uploading P4G. As I finished recording them, life was interesting. It was only until the 12th of February that we finished P4G on YouTube, and it's probably one of the most memorable moments I will carry with me until I die. The game was so completely fulfilling and uplifting while my life was a shit show. Not to mention it marked for me the completion of one of the longest games I ever tried and showing to myself I can stick with it until the end. March was a fun time as well since it marked the end of Twilight Princess. And also a bit of a change to the channel. I was about to lose my job and I was debating if I should try streaming more on Twitch TV. The general consensus at the time said that go for it. And with confidence, however fragile it was, I went straight forward and decided to stream 2 games a week. With Odin Sphere taking up my 1 day a week along with Sky 2 PC for recording and Chroma Squad being streaming for part of the week with Twilight Princess. It just happened. Chroma Squad didn't last long, but it was a good thing. Beating it as fast as I did meant it didn't overstay its welcome and left a good lasting memory. The game was first uploaded on the 8th, and the final episode was uploaded on the 20th of the same month. I needed something else to stream alongside Twilight Princess, so I took a recommendation from COD and played a game I knew little about, but seen a good bit of, Oreshka Tainted Bloodlines. Such an interesting game that let me hit that character creation itch for streaming, as well as do some dungeon diving on the side. The game was full of great moments, and with the nature of the game having units live with such a short life cycle, we got through several chat requests and made good memories of most of them. Not all could be winners, but most were great units to have. Still, I can't forget that on March I also had an interesting request placed on my channel. I'd set up a business quote-unquote email account for the channel without thinking much about it, but it did somehow get me a game to test, and that game was Tales of Mojang. Mojang? Some way to pronounce it. Was put into the world on my channel. Looking back, I did find it interesting to play, and while I did go back and do what I could, it started happening that I didn't have the time for it. My schedule was fucking up so much that I just had to throw it out of the schedule. Something like that, yeah. April led to some interesting things in the Twitch front with the next Persona game. I didn't want to get into P5 since... Was it out then? If no, then I just didn't want to compete with others playing it. And the whole thing going on with the non-streaming or putting videos up at a certain in-game date, I just didn't want to deal with it. By process of elimination, I decided to get myself Persona 3 Portable. Mainly because I could control the party, and not giving that up after playing P4G. I gave up rerolling, but oh god, it was either that or partying. We also wrapped up Sky 2 PC's main story because I could We also wrapped up Sky 2 PC's main story by episode 36 and got to work on Axel mode. If anything, that guy gave us a good theme song. Still, at the time, I got gifted a game I had said I would give a shot if I ever got the time. Funny enough, it was about the perfect storm of having time to get the game, and so we started a blind playthrough of Undertale. I heard so much about it while still being vague. Mainly to go in blind with as low context as I could. Unfortunately, what I did have spoiled did shape how I played the game, but I knew nothing about the game's story or how it all connected together. To be honest, I knew maybe 3 or 4 songs from the game, and that there was a pacifist or genocide route for the game. I knew of the actual song in the OST called Undertale. I knew of Megalovania, though that one I remember from Homestuck. I knew Hopes and Dreams, and I think it was Asgore's theme that I knew. Well, that, and I saw the art for a few characters every now and then as people posted videos of themselves playing the game too. So with that going and actually being completely recorded in about 3 days' time, I kept uploading the stream videos of us finally beating Areshka on April 26th. The video uploaded at least, not the actual stream date. Then a great game appeared. Again, I only gave a shot because of seeing it on CLZ's stream. We started to play a series that I knew nothing about. Yakuza 0. That game threw me for a loop. I never really looked at the series before, and this here was such a new experience for me with how the story rolled out and the characters sprang to life in front of me. I'm not one to really make lists for games I play or rate them, since I think that system really is off on how it's supposed to be used to portray a scale of how good a game is, but Yakuza 0 was at the very least a top contender for my personal game of the year. I'll get into it someday if I do eventually make a list, but it was just such a fulfilling experience to play. Only really matched this year by P4G so far. Rolling on to May, we started out with Yakuza 0 Episode 5 minigames as the first of the week in my weekend streams archived to be uploaded. And if I remember, this time we started running into another problem. By now my savings was starting to go down and I had been rationing it to pay off stuff, and by now it was all but gone, and I was hoping to have a job by then. I was out looking, and while not being able to pay my own bills, I had to have my roommates cover costs for me while I felt hopeless. It was a terribly demoralizing feeling, and thinking back, it did leak into the videos only slightly. But aside a few instances, I think I kept a lid on it fairly well. If anything, one good thing came of it for the month. Arrow had a friend gift him a game I intended to look at, after once again seeing it on CLD's stream, Nier Automata. He let me have access to a Steam library so I could play it, and yes, the game is kind of in limbo right now, but I'll get to that when the time comes. In this video script, I mean. June came around faster than I thought it would, with me just streaming Persona 3 Portable, Yakuza 0, and Let's Playing Nier Automata and Odin Sphere. We started with another Yakuza 0 stream uploaded in episode 53, Passing the Time. There were a few of those since the game had so much to do in it, and I did very little of it, to be honest. Also, funny enough, at this time, the last of the Nier videos went up. My computer ended up dying briefly and having to be redone with a fresh install of Windows, thus locking me out of the game. Arrow never got around to giving me access again, and even today, as I write this, he said he would, but nothing so far. If I ever get the game, I will pick it right back up and finish it, as I love the soundtrack for the game, and the combat felt excellent, but until then, I will have to wait. We finished Yakuza 0, or at least the stream upload, on the 18th with 92 episodes, and at around this time, one of the worst things in the entire year happened. I got a call from my mother in El Salvador as she was visiting family. To not go into specifics, we were sending them money regularly to help them out over there. My mother sent the most, and I sent what I could despite what little I have, because it's family. And after losing so much I already had this year, I didn't want to lose anything else. When she got there, she had learned that my cousins had been storing the money at something? To be honest, my mother hadn't shared it all with me yet, and if I did know, I wouldn't want to get that personal on this whole thing, but to sum it up, the money we had been sending to them was gone. In total, about $21,000 over 2 years was just gone one day. And now the family there was in a bad spot because of it. Money for me was again in a bind, and I couldn't help them cover anything since my own life was kind of in shambles. And once again, punched me in the gut, and for the second time in the year, I just started crying in the corner of my room as I felt hopeless to do anything and let life slip by my fingers. It took me maybe 2 days to get over this, just because what money I had saved from odd things was gone just because of life. But also because my family, which had helped me here and there, keep me floating above water, had also lost out on more than they could afford. Still, again, I proved to myself I maybe starting to develop the ability to lie better and hide stuff from the stream, since we started a new game just a bit after that. We streamed the tutorial-filled adventure of Fairy Fencer F. A game gifted to me by... I don't remember who. I apologize. I know, man, it was excellent. It was an excellent time to have on the stream with that. Editing those was incredibly fun and interesting, if only because I got to add a tutorial counter on it. Something you don't really see that often. I think, at least. July started out with nothing going wrong, at least with Fairy Fencer F, keeping my spirits up, and Odin Sphere starting to wrap up the multi-character story. Persona 3 Portable was still chugging along, and it still had me going despite some characters doing their best to drive me away. Still, all games have to end sometime, and Fairy Fencer F finished after 38 episodes on July 13th. Thankfully, we already had a new game lined up, and it was a bit of an old one. Valkyrie Chronicles was thrown on PC, and I said, now I can beat it. So without hesitation, I got to it and started having fun with the game I initially missed on release back in the PS3. And, again, some bad stuff kept coming. I got a letter from collection agency about owing money due to work done on my previous job. Again, I can't say much because of legal things, but this threw what little planning we had out the window since my roommate's job was only starting and we were making it by skipping food from a day here and eating generally one meal a day. Like, it was shit tier meals too, actually, but... I uploaded a video explaining it all, so if you want to see more about it, there's an entire video for it right there. I'm not going to put much time to it here. Just more of the usual, where I have to deal with more stress. The possibility of becoming homeless again appearing, and the morale of the household going down again and again. But again, this is the part where I say I hit it somewhat well, but to be honest, this time, I didn't. I'll get into it later in the video as a big thanks moment, but I handled this one poorly, and if it wasn't for me getting my mind off of it by streaming... If it wasn't for getting my mind off it by streaming, looking for a job, listening to random audiobooks here and there that I had, just walking through my head, I would have died. And this time I was saying this is enough, and was contemplating suicide. I knew it wasn't going to help anyone, and I would have been screwing over my friends that I live with, but I just hated everything to this point, and I just wanted it all to be over with. Thankfully, it didn't come to that, and through people talking me out of it in the household, and you all being supportive, I came out of it with my head only just held higher than the rising tide. The month ended with us just making it, and funny enough, the end of Odin Sphere later this year, episode 37, Armageddon, finale. It's almost symbolic in a way. I always yawn, god damn it. August came around with Persona 3 Portable hitting YouTube on August 2nd. The first video of the month being episode 82, Higher Climb, because if one thing could be said about the game, there's a lot of time spending climbing up Tartarus. And here things started to go for the better. My roommate was also out of a job, found one, and heard that they needed more people. So he got me an interview, I went in with hope, and I came out with a job. I still have that job now, and it still pays terribly, but at the very least, it is money that is coming somewhat consistently. More on that later. But with Odin Sphere done, I needed a new game to be played, and one was mentioned in a video I was watching in a channel called Mark Brown, and on the guy's show, Game Maker's Toolkit. He had briefly talked about Event Zero on a video, as he mentioned, the audience, if you're watching the video, should just pause it and go play it. So funny enough, I just did that. First episode of the video came out on August 6th, and the last one on August 12th. A short game, but one that still left me entertained, and with a fun video to watch after I finished it. So that was YouTube. On Twitch, Valkyrie Chronicles was finishing up quickly, and we used up our superior tactics and ability to slightly grind out money experience and break the AI times to defeat our enemies. The game to an end on YouTube, at least, on August 13th, with the 43rd episode, the final chapter. The game gave us so many good memories, from the Lancer taking a shell to the face, Savar having her AI broken, maybe, and not dodging sniper fire, and the final boss being expertly handled by a unit type that I liked the least. I finally managed to beat the game after first wanting to play it back when trailers dropped for it on the PS3. And from there we went to a game I already beat but got a chance to play again after it was released on PC. Bayonetta hit YouTube on August 15th with a platinum opening that brought me back to my roots of combo dodging happy days of DMC. Devil May Cry 3 though, I mean, not the remake one. The game had me dodging every way and reliving the game that had me practicing my timing and honestly playing it far more than I should have just to get a score higher than a stone rating. At least now it didn't hurt so much with a few platinum ratings in our playthrough, but at the time I sucked. It lasted only until the 27th of the month, with the finale coming out quickly, but not though leaving a nice little memory of itself. The memory, though, was quickly overtaken by another event that happened at the time as well. Hurricane Harvey hit the state of Texas, and while I wasn't in the storm directly, those rain clouds drifted my way, and after that second day of it flooding the area, oh man. I had a video of it showing pictures and all, as well as my Twitter that was going on with updates for how the water levels were at the time. But we didn't get anything of our own property damaged since the moment we saw the water come up in the driveway, we just said move everything up to the second floor. First floor did take on some water and we were unable to get work and relied on emergency food and water to make it through the next few days. It was somewhat tough and annoying. A few issues came up from the event still because the owners of the house didn't come to fix it until it was almost unlivable due to smell and possible growing mold, but the crisis left and I can really say too many negative, can't really say too many negative things about it considering some people I knew had it worse and were actually in the storm itself. This month was an eventful one and even more so a progressive one with Persona 3 Portable being finally finished with 117 episodes on August 28th. And immediately after that, on August 29th, the adventure to begin was my second Legend of Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. A huge departure from the last one we played, but a welcome one, and what promised to be a long one. September was certainly going to be fun with Breath of the Wild, coming on the 2nd with Episode 5, The Stone Talus, but I had another game slot to fill in for streaming. I needed a Wednesday and Friday game for Twitch, and this time I was prepared. On September 2nd, we also threw onto YouTube Persona 5, the first episode. The next in the Persona series was here, and I was ready to see what this new stylized adventure would lead to. Also preparing for another long haul with Breath of the Wild and P5 promising to take up quite a while to finish for each. I really do mean it when I said it would take a while since the rest of September went by with little incidents and my life came somewhat back to normal and October came around Persona 5 episode 52, leveling some links because they're always going to be around and they're always going to be a great part of the game. Still, this is going to be a long and repetitive couple of weeks. Nothing about Persona 5 and Breath of the Wild appeared on the channel, bringing very little views to YouTube, which really made me think people just weren't enjoying the content. Felt kind of bad about not having something going on with a new job kind of throwing me for a loop and my time spent on Twitch streaming when I was off and didn't have much room to work with. So I went with the game series I knew and one that would be lax enough for me to get out of my spare time and one that I think people would really enjoy. Disgaea 4, A Promise Revisited, was brought, if only because I had spare money thanks to the generosity of others alleviating pressure from my life, and then recording it for a return to form on October 30th. Why did I say rerun? Yeah. Views started coming back, people still didn't watch the videos complete. Wow, wait, what? Yeah. Views started coming back as people still didn't watch the videos completely and kept commenting about character requests. Yeah, you guys. Still, I was happy people were enjoying the video again. November started with the Disgaea 4 train on the 1st, with episode 5 recruiting more help. Which also was not an episode that had character requests on, although so many people actually asked for it, but meh. And while my time kept slipping through my fingers, I did what I could to get episodes out and maintain my sanity while working and streaming. It did come to pass though, and Persona 5 came to an end with 182 episodes on November 18th. Saying goodbye to a great series that I love to play for everyone that watched. I'm really looking forward to playing any more Persona games that come out, and possibly getting my hands on a few Shin Megami Tensei games to stream, record, or just enjoy on my own. And not too soon after that, we finished Breath of the Wild on the 21st of November with episode 81, Calamity Ganon Finale. A different feeling from beating Twilight Princess, and this one I honestly am still gathering my thoughts on, but for the moment of typing and now reading to you this whole thing, I would say I like Twilight Princess more for the story, but I ended up enjoying playing Breath of the Wild more. But with that, both of the stream games finished in the same week, so I had to come up with something to play next, and thankfully, again, Steam really helped me out with the new releases. .hack GU Last Record came out, and I quickly got on it and started streaming it for you guys to enjoy, since the last time we saw of it back on the PS2 when I was playing it, it was a long time ago. Episode 1 came on the 22nd to give us a welcome back to the world and let us get our .hack fix. And no sooner did we also start playing another game series. Yes, a series for myself and the channel. On November 25th, we started playing the world of the Final Fantasy with the best and the most infuriating the head gremlin, the Tama. He, she, the it, always had to say the whenever they started to saying something, and it kept getting to the me all the time. Like that. Still, my only past experience with Final Fantasy was Tactics Advance on GBA, 13, which I already wiped from my mind and was told doesn't count, Crisis Core on the PSP, which again I was told doesn't count, but still remember well. And funny enough, only now as I'm reading and all this, Dirge of Cerberus on the PS2. The month was picking up quickly as I was moving on, and I was excited to see what the games could be bringing to the channel. But again, the month flew by and December came quicker than I thought it would. The month started with .hack GU Last Recode episode 19, a trip to Moontree, starting with the ever so edgy Haseo, eventually going to become a nicer person and character? Oh well, we played Pokemon Final Fantasy Edition with World of Final Fantasy. At the time I also had picked up a new sound setup complete with mixer and mic, and the audio from my streams and videos was supposed to sound better. And along with that came so many headaches to figure out how to set it up properly. Having it set up now, I know how easy it is, but for some reason, at the time, the exact setup, same one, did nothing to fix things. Only a few episodes of Disgaea came out this month, with episode 14 and 16 coming out on the 12th due to me just not having much time to myself and said mixer troubles. But again, the month really wasn't eventful, and after a year like this, I say it was a good feeling to have. Ending off on December 25th with episode 46 of World of Final Fantasy, the year went by faster than I could have anticipated, as so many events came and it kept me occupied and my life ever eventful. For now, some numbers. I started my regular counting of the videos uploaded and time uploaded for the year to see how much progress we had made on the last year. Looking at it now, last year we did 311 videos while being skeptical of how much we could upload in this year. And we shattered that by uploading a grand total of 1,074 videos over the year of 2017. Wow. As for time uploaded, we already know way more, but how much more? In 2016, we uploaded 162 hours of content, or about 6 days. But this year, I counted it all down to the seconds, thanks to some online time calculator helping me out. In 2017, we uploaded 1,074 videos, totaling up to 28 days, 7 hours, 50 minutes, and 41 seconds of total video time. If I could ever say we will probably not top a year in stats, this won't probably be it. As for subs in 2016, we actually had 2,015 subs, with a prediction of 2,500 by the end of this year. And here I am now to say, no, we didn't break that even in half. We made it to 2,245 subscribers, and to be honest, I still feel proud of myself for entertaining as many people as I have. and having as many subscribers as I do now. And in a strange way, this segues into a change in the channel that had been going on slowly over time. As the video will show, as the videos have shown, I started streaming more and more on Twitch TV, especially since I got affiliate status back in April. I didn't include it in the month's paragraph because I wanted to talk about it here with the numbers. While I never really am a push for the channel to be primarily monetary gains, it was always somewhere in my mind since I first got into an MCN back in my YouTube's live channel. It's like, oh wow, I fucked that up entirely. Well, it's script reading, people. I'm terrible at it. Back in my YouTube channel's lifetime. Going on to Twitch originally was just a way to stream and interact with anyone that showed up to have some fun. After I got affiliate, I could start earning bits on Twitch that I'm sure you have seen on the videos. With 1 bit equaling a penny, I never really expected it to get much, and mainly saw it as tipping with quarters and the like. Never in my dreams would I have thought that throughout Twitch I would end up making enough money that I would actually be taxed for it at the year's end. It's a good problem though. The year was all around rough, and people had been there several times over to help me out and to show their support, despite me pushing it back at times. It is rude to refuse a gift, but for me to accept money was very strange at times. I've told the story with me and money before, so I won't repeat it, but often when people would offer the help, I first kept telling them that we might be fine if we could just get a loan, that might be okay, and some prayer maybe, but mostly that they should try to take care of themselves first. But y'all surprised me so much. Talking revenue is a no-no for YouTube because of the MCN agreement, so I have to assume Twitch will follow the same. But to compare the two platforms and how they have been treating me, thanks to you all, goes a bit like this. Originally, before this year, YouTube averaged about 1 meal per month of money. This year, it averaged about one lunch meal every 2 to 3 months. In the past 3 months, YouTube averaged to about, actually no lunch meal worth of money at all. That sucked. On Twitch, with support coming directly from people and not advertising, somewhat. Since, bits can be gotten from people watching ads on them, but It took April to June to get 5 lunch meals. And from there, July got me a new game, up in the scale there, but from buying lunch to buying a game. August netted me technically coverage of a bill, again showing scale. September, another small bill. October, a bill. November, 2 bills. That was excellent. And December, another 2 bills worth of funds. I haven't had a number that takes every single number to cross the threshold, and technically I can't say, but hopefully this puts into reference like how much you guys were helping out. Still, that was all from bits and subscriptions on Twitch. So many of you watching ads willingly, or even bought bits to throw at me and others. Some didn't even go through that and just donated through the link under the stream for random generosity. Admittedly, many of those came from people helping during troubled times, but the total combining donation and subs equal the same, if not more, than my current job for the last 3 months. That feeling is something really unique, and I can't thank you all enough. In no particular order, I really do want to extend a personal thanks to Frog Knight, Mecha Fanboy, Hack and Slay, JKO 2015, Chaos Origin 2, Care Level 0, I Sinned a Lot, Yarchiku, Bums 1, Super Prinny 0, Madison 34315, Kisa Saotoma, sorry, yeah, I'm reading this all right now in one go, forgive me, Cheshire Imp, Pokemon Legend 247, Azarath 123, and Dakern. You all helped me so much through various means of donation and bits that it blew my expectations of what could come from taking time to stream a game and have some fun. Not everyone here donated or threw bits in large sums, and to be honest, large sums aren't what made me grateful for it. Just that these people helped me when I was down, stuck around to cheer me up, and extended a hand when I thought I was all alone and really screwed over in life. No words can really describe how much it means, but here I am typing 7,000 words and reading them all now in fucked up ways to give it a shot. Still, just because someone threw money at me doesn't mean I don't value anyone else less. The hundreds of people that stop by on the stream, the people that just lurked and enjoy their time there, and the thousands that watch videos on YouTube. Thank you all. I mean, probably a little to see those numbers go higher, but after doing this for so long, it kind of means to me that many people have found, hopefully, something entertaining from my little corner of the internet. And that really is all I want to do when I started all this, aside from skipping out on doing some programming homework. But that is kind of all I have to say. What now? Predictions, I guess. That's all I can do for the remainder of the video. Next year, let's keep something realistic. Let's try to make sure that we can manage this. For videos, how about we shoot for another 900 videos? I might say more, but I wouldn't doubt the chance of things going wrong again. Total time length, I'd say about 25 days worth of videos. Again, a lot of room for things to go wrong, especially if something happens with a stream or anything else like that. And as for subs on YouTube, how about I shoot for 2,300? Not much of a jump at all, but to be honest, I'm enjoying a slow climb and people watching my content. I have said at some point, once you get big enough, the people become a crowd, which becomes the masses, and then after that, it starts becoming numbers. So I want to enjoy this little time right now, when I can name almost every regular that comments and comes to the stream. Yeah. Where I can actually have a Discord of people where they show up, they willingly chat, and make jokes on the occasion with. Where for now, it all still feels real to me. Thanks for sticking... Wow, no. Thanks for sticking with me for all the year of 2017, and I hope 2018 brings better things for life and for everything else. If I don't see you again, then I hope you enjoy your time here and have a good one wherever life takes you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being so awesome, and I hope to see you again. Hopefully, you will let me entertain you one more time, another time. Stay awesome.